Psalm 104 and the Hymn to the Aten are two ancient religious texts that share many similarities in their content, style, and themes. Both of these texts were written in ancient times as a way of praising and worshiping the divine, and both are considered important pieces of literature in their respective traditions. One of the most obvious similarities between Psalm 104 and the Hymn to the Aten is their structure. Both texts are structured as hymns of praise, with each verse or stanza describing a different aspect of the divine. In Psalm 104, each verse praises God for his creation of the natural world, while in the Hymn to the Aten, each stanza praises the sun god for his role in sustaining life on earth. Another similarity between the two texts is their use of language and imagery. Both texts use vivid and poetic language to describe the natural world, with Psalm 104 describing the sea as vast and wide, teeming with creatures beyond number, and the Hymn to the Aten describing the sun as the living Aten, the great illuminator of the sky. Both texts also use imagery related to light and darkness, with Psalm 104 describing God as wrapped in light as with a garment, and the Hymn to the Aten describing the sun as the giver of life, who illuminates the earth with his rays. Additionally, both Psalm 104 and the Hymn to the Aten share a focus on the divine as a sustainer of life. In Psalm 104, God is praised for providing food and drink to all creatures, while in the Hymn to the Aten, the sun god is praised for providing warmth and light to sustain life on earth. Both texts also emphasize the interdependence of all living things, with Psalm 104 describing how all creatures depend on to give them food in due season, and the Hymn to the Aten describing how all creatures look to for their sustenance. Finally, both Psalm 104 and the Hymn to the Aten share a sense of wonder and awe at the natural world. In Psalm 104, the psalmist marvels at the wonders in the depths and the beasts of the field that God has created, while in the Hymn to the Aten, the sun god is praised for his ability to create and sustain life. Both texts express a deep sense of reverence and gratitude for the natural world and the divine power that created it. In conclusion, while Psalm 104 and the Hymn to the Aten were written in different cultural contexts and for different religious traditions, they share many similarities in their content, style, and themes. Both texts express a deep sense of wonder and awe at the natural world, emphasize the interdependence of all living things, and focus on the divine as a sustainer of life. These similarities demonstrate the universal human experience of marveling at the beauty and complexity of the world around us and the desire to express gratitude and reverence for the divine power that created it.